So, back with another theory video, like a true long form theory video. Now, I did come to the realization pretty recently, I just haven't said it yet, that with Brand New Day coming out very, very soon now, with only a few months to go, and the trailer coming out this month, I'm very excited for it. Well, with the synopsis and stuff, it very much so seems that he is getting organic webbing. And there's like multiple things that are now saying he is getting organic webbing. Even the Takis ad shows him having no web shooters on his actual suit, and looks like webbing coming from underneath the suit, meaning it's coming from him and not from a mechanical device shooting the webs. Now, what does this mean? Well, we have to think about it like this. There has to be genetic mutation involved, obviously, for him to get organic webbing, because at this point, if he would have had organic webbing, he would have had it from the start. And obviously he doesn't, so he has to get it through some mutation process to get it for some reason that he needs. So what Marvel character can do something like that? Give him organic webbing. Mutate him to give him organic webbing. Well, there are a few that we could think of off the get-go that are already introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or that are very, obvious in a way. So, we have Bruce Banner, which would make a lot of sense, because Bruce Banner is supposed to be in the movie and stuff. He's more so confirmed to be in the movie. So, we know he's in the movie, meaning he does have some kind of science in that area, I guess. He's more geared towards Gamma, but genetic mutation could be right down the road from there, making it a lot of sense. But there is one other character that I can see being the character that does give him organic webbing, and also sets up stuff for the future. Now, in No Way Home, we do see this character, but Tom Holland's Spider-Man never really confronts the character except for one tiny little scene. That being the scene where Andrew Garfield saves MJ. I'm talking about none other than Curt Connors. Now, before you go off and say, oh, well, we've already seen Curt Connors. Well, we haven't. There's obviously going to be a Curt Connors in his universe at some point. There's probably a Dr. Otto Octavius somewhere in his universe. There's obviously a Norman Osborn with Thunderbolts. So, yeah, there's obviously each one of his villains in his universe. We just haven't met them yet. Now, why would they do Curt Connors again? Well, because he never really fought Lizard. He said that I told you there was going to be consequences, and that's about everything he told Peter, Tom Holland's Peter. He may have grabbed him by the throat and threw him against the wall, but that's it. He didn't fight Curt Connors. It was more so Toby and Andrew that fought Curt Connors. So, with that being said, if this really is Connors that's getting introduced as the person that gives Tom Holland his mutation with organic webbing, it makes the most sense, because that is what Curt Connors does for a living. Genetic mutation, trying to grow his arm back. That makes the most amount of sense, making somebody's life better with a animal mutation. Now, we use this for effect and villain effect in a way that he could and might end up creating 3 different villains besides himself. So one of those being Rhino, another one of those being Chameleon. Now, you could technically say there are others. And he's obviously creating Lizard. So, with this whole movie coming out, and with this genetic mutation scene that is supposedly going to happen, that means we're setting up multiple villains with a singular scene. He is setting up himself as Lizard, he's setting up Rhino, and he is setting up Chameleon, which makes a lot of sense, and I'm very much so excited for that, because that's 3 villains that the next few movies could introduce as part of maybe his last set of villains, the Sinister Six. I think that would be generally a genius idea and a very smart idea to hit on some villains that we have not seen yet in a sort of fashion, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's my only theory I think I have for Brand New Day, except for how the ending's going to go down, but we don't. That's been missed. But in this case, if it really is genetic mutation, then it has to be Connors, and he is setting up 3 villains, which is really cool. And I just thought I had to share that. And if you enjoy this kind of video, subscribe. I also do gaming. I also am going to start up Discords for gaming as well. If you like any of that kind of stuff, subscribe. But this is definitely one of the big things I'm doing on this channel. I am doing theory videos. I do versus videos. I do a lot of things. So if you like this kind of video, subscribe. More of this is happening in the future, especially with like Modern Galaxy Monsters coming out. Each review will probably have some kind of theory in how it's going to go down. Episode 1, I really can't put a theory after that. Except for, oh yeah, he's coming back to Skull Island for some reason. But yeah, if you really do like this kind of content, please subscribe. That'd be very helpful. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.